Today we're going to be doing episode 19 of Scales of Fate.
Really?
Yes. Wait, did you not know that?
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, we're doing good, yeah.
19.
Yeah.
19.
Non-stop.
Yeah. Speaking of non-stop. Next week for Halloween, Sam Hain, since we are all lovers of spooky season, we will not be having a live stream on the Monday of Halloween. That means we will be coming back the following Monday, which I'm uncertain of the actual date, but...
The 7th.
7th. So you will see our beautiful faces on the 7th of November from here. Quick shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much, Hop and Sting, for having delicious beers and being super awesome. Crack, crack. You know, that was perfect Foley for that. Thank you so much to Sunspell Dice for your beautiful custom handmade dice made for each and every one of us, including myself.
Yahoo!
Thank you to Michael Ghelfi for your beautiful music and compositions that we utilize in the stream every single day. And we also have something super fun and important to announce from our friend and sponsor, SL Dooley.
There is a link in the description of this video to a book giveaway for a massive collection of all of the best D&D components and modules. So if you click on that link, you can enter to win that entire collection plus like 20-something books from several fantasy authors.
Dang.
All of it. If you are the grand prize winner, you win all of it. Like 50-some-odd books, including Portal Slayer by our lovely sponsor, SL Dooley. So please check it out. Throw your email in there. Why not? See if you win.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice and see how fate.
Oh, that mimic looks
plays out.
awesome.
Yeah.
It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I put my email in there. So.
I definitely have already put mine in there too. I would love to.
Or don't enter and give us more chances.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
do what you will.
yeah, do what you wish. I believe that wraps up our sponsors. Oh, thank you, D20 Tavern, for being a super awesome place to play D&D in Denton, Texas. Additionally, I am now a DM for hire at D20 Tavern. So if you like Scales of Fate and you want me to make a beautiful and memorable campaign, 1-shot, 3-shot, whatever you want, you can go to the D20 website and schedule me for hire. That all being said, let's go ahead and get into... Oh.
I had a correction. There's 2 grand prize winners.
Oh.
So double chance.
Double the
You
chance.
get
advantage on your roll.
Yes, you get advantage on winning all of these books.
Yeah.
So at that point, I mean, why not?
That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty freaking sweet.
I'm gonna go for all 100.
Do what I dare you.
Yeah, there's ways to like get extra entries. Like after you submit your email, you can go through and like sign up for some other newsletters from those authors. So you get updates about when their books are coming out, and also like plus 5 more entries into the sweepstakes. So
Yeah, that's sweet.
check it out.
Maybe we need to do that. Anyways. You already did?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've got like 30.
Wow.
I want it.
I've got 1. You need to help me. Anyways, so all that being said, let's go ahead and get into a recap. Last episode, there was a mysterious conversation that was held between a supposed Belmi Orzhov and our local bard Thalner himself. Throughout the course of this conversation, Belmi had apparently taken the form of Thalner's father, and at first it seemed to be an illusion, but after a bit of conversation trying to recruit your group into becoming allied with Belmi Orzhov, and after Rax, who was hiding in the bushes, took a shot in the dark at said Belmi Orzhov, we had come to find that poor old Tyro had been mind-controlled in this time. After the resolution of that, the rest of you had decided to make preparations to leave on the morrow for the Shades Valley Desert to the east. Those preparations were accelerated by our good friend Roscoe here,
That's one way to phrase it. Accelerated.
It was. I helped out so much.
The first ever race to Shades Valley.
Yes, the race.
Pretty
to
one-sided.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Taliver Bandersnatch III, and his livery is what I've come to find is the name of the horse stable. Was convinced that his rivals across the street, the Crinkles, were also going to be participating in this race, thus gaining the favor of Taliver himself. Not before some huffruffery that had happened at the Crinkles, also again to our friend Roscoe. You guys,
that keeps happening.
yeah.
I'm actually convinced that there might really be a race going on.
You've convinced yourself, my
Those
friend.
guys are
Willed it
pissed.
into
But we
existence.
yelled it to everyone as we were leaving.
That's true. That's true.
We come back and they've been like placing bets and stuff.
From there, you guys had set off,
Place more bets.
and upon leaving the city, you had made it one day out into your journey of roughly 4 as the crow flies. And upon the second day, made it to the edge of the forest, which is also known as the Nell Forest. And right before getting to the tree line, an arrow, roughshod and rugged, had been shot from the tree lines, landing in the front of your caravan, almost like a warning shot.
They're just suck at aiming.
And from here, we will begin today's episode. As soon as I find a better song, I guess?
No, I think this is fun.
Peaceful.
Oh, you like this song?
They're fluffy arrows.
Marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
Just trying to roast marshmallows.
So, from here, you guys have halted the caravan, the arrow still wiggling in the sod below, and you see dashing shadows hidden within the brush of the forest line of Nell. What do you do here?
Do I know who these people are?
You can roll a history check.
I didn't test my d20s. Who is my friend today? Is it history?
Yeah.
89? Bard jokes.
Well, not till he's level like 15, and then it's going to be an 89.
No, it's just 82.
That would be a 14.
14. You have heard of the Nell Forest, and you have heard that there are tribalistic indigenous peoples that have lived within that forest. Other than that, knowledge of it escapes you.
Home of the weird folk.
Man, I wonder if it's more than rabbit people. They're sneaky as hell.
That's about all we've seen in the forests outside the cities before. Well,
Quick question. What's our setup right now? I know that I'm driving one of the wagons. I just can't recall like who's on horses and horse.
Yeah.
Wagon, I'm like hanging on the back of your shoulder, like, what?
yeah, I would have gotten out. I was in the wagon, but if we stopped, I would have gotten out to dark.
And I believe Leon and
yeah.
JJ also were riding horses here. And you guys had one more horse that was essentially tethered to the caravan of the wagon.
Gotcha.
Looks like we got company.
Don't worry. These guys are chumps, Leon says to you.
You know what they are?
Yeah, they're a bunch of weird little people running around. They're not really dragons, though.
Nailed it.
That narrows it down. I kind of like branch off and kind of do like a half perimeter on the side that I'm on.
Okay.
Kind of check the tree line.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
That is not my character sheet.
Oof.
11?
With 11, you basically get the same gist in which I had described. There are seemingly several shadows flitting about the brush within the tree line. And as you kind of make that half circle, leaning forward and going towards the front of the caravan, another arrow is shot from the brush and lands roughly 10 paces away from you.
It's also at me, basically.
Yeah, your passive insight tells you that this is more or less a warning shot.
I see.
Want no trouble. I can't really see who's shooting at me.
I see the arrows being shot, so I climb off the wagon and just kind of go and stand next to him.
You go and stand next to him.
Passing through. I don't know if you speak common, but Dwarfers works too.
Kind of say that, and the brush stills a little bit.
Do I see a path that would, I guess, based on wherever the arrows are generally coming from, is there a way to take that would avoid them?
You have a decent knowledge of the size and range of the Nell Forest. You would know that you would need to travel north to go around the forest, and you estimate, though probably not 100% accurate, that it would add about 2 days to your travel time. Avoiding the forest. Now, entering the forest, you would also know that there are a few pathways that wagon could cross, but the rest of the forest is pretty well overgrown, and it would be difficult to move a wagon through. Not horses per se, but a full wagon, yeah, it'd be rough.
Okay, so there is a path that we could get the wagon through, but it basically is through these people.
You would know that the pathway is probably about 2 miles to the south from where you guys currently are.
Well, maybe we should head south a bit. I know of a path that could take us there. Take us through. Hopefully unharmed.
Like a shortcut?
Like a shortcut.
Sweet, man. Dude, I bet those stupid crinkles are going to go around.
Yeah.
Roscoe, you do know that the Crinkles are not actually racing with us, right?
Well, I mean, because they got to fix all their gear, but they're going to get it up going soon enough.
The Crinkles could never catch us anyway.
Did someone tell you they were going to the desert?
No, he made it up.
Okay, I thought
think
so.
he's convinced himself
I mean,
it's
I
true.
told them they were racing us to the desert.
Oh, so you lied.
Not if they take up the challenge.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I don't think that they were friends anyway.
Roscoe, hop on. Let's get headed out.
I'm kind of curious about the wild folk, though.
I've come to find that if you leave them alone, sometimes that helps.
All right,
Looks like we're
well,
not
yeah, I mean, I
welcome.
want to take point with you. That sounds cool. I climb on the back of his horse.
Maybe we should just head straight through their ranks and completely decimate them. There's no way they could stand up to our might, Leon says.
Okay, I was gonna say, is this your Leon hat? He's playing Leon today, by the way.
Definitely Leon.
It's a pretty solid.
I don't think we should needlessly fight these people. This is their lands.
Do I know anything about them?
Roll me a history check.
17?
With a 17, you're slightly more learned of the wild folk, the weird and wild folk. These are ones that have more or less been allowed their existence within the forest because the Nell Forest itself supposedly is completely territorially controlled by a clutch of green dragons.
Green dragons.
Clutch, like a gang.
But allowed to live?
Yes. You basically, dragons do not allow things to coexist with them unless they serve them, and this is something that you know is a general term. So if these weird and wild folk live in the same Nell Forest that is under the control of a faction of green dragons, you would presume that they are privy to the dragon's rule.
Like the spiders that keep tiny frogs as pets.
Sure.
They benefit the ecosystem.
They eat the smaller bugs that would eat the spider's eggs.
Symbiotic.
Yes.
All right.
So around
I'm inclined to not engage them at this time.
south is the opposite direction we're trying to go, but I guess if it avoids any trouble.
How
I mean,
far
who
is
knows is trouble? We don't know
Points at
necessarily
the
that.
two arrows on the
They don't know who we are. We mean no harm. We come in
I
peace,
just said
you
that.
know.
You are.
And they shot another arrow at me. I don't.
You do seem to be the diplomat of the group. Do you want to try to engage in relations?
It sounds like this path to the south is still going to take us through the forest, so I'm sure we're going to have to talk to him at some point.
I don't know. Maybe an offering, some food. I don't know.
But then would they be mad that we tried to sneak by?
I mean, I'm in a bloody wagon. I don't think it's going to be sneaking.
We would be taking the direct path through the forest, so it's not exactly sneaking. We might not even be able to get the card through here. I point to the dense forest.
So the path directly in front of us is like super dense and hard to.
You can tell them where we're going. It's not like they're not going to see us.
Maybe they'll take the card.
Let's go cautiously. And if we feel like they're still in the area, maybe see
And
a
right
couple
there, I
more.
can see them rustling.
No, I mean, let's go south cautiously. Like, if we pass through the forest and they're still there, then I'll talk to them and see if we can't argue for safe passage through no harm.
The path that I took, did I go through the forest through the main path?
You had gone so a little bit farther south, but you had more or less like hopped in and out of said path.
Gotcha. I traveled a little bit lighter.
I still think that we should continue forward. They threatened us. We should respond in kind.
I appreciate that they threatened us and didn't just shoot us outright.
Your vote is respected, but you lost.
Sure.
There might be dragons for us to kill somewhere in here.
What?
Why don't you take...
Right this
Why
way.
didn't you say that?
Right this way.
Leon, on his beautiful pinto horse, just doesn't even look where you're pointing. You had said south, so it just starts riding off in that direction.
Classic Leon.
So eventually, after about 1.9 miles, when he's, 0.5 miles ahead, I scream out, "Back this way." I'm just kidding. But yeah, we do that. We go.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are following along, maintaining the same respective distance from the tree line to find this path, you guys actually do see like a beaten dirt path eventually in the road. Looking back towards the west, you can kind of see where there was a broken bridge between the river that you were on, and that part of the river was actually much wider, which makes sense as to why Hammerfist and Leon had told you, let's cut through this area of the river. Getting up close and passive perception, who has 19?
15 for some.
Mine's 17.
Wow, that's
19.
15, 17, 19, 15. You guys along this way have noticed that more or less these groups have been following you along the tree line. And you guys make it to the road pass. Looking through it, it's a beautiful copse of trees that the tops of them form boughs almost in a cylindrical arc above, and it just gets sun dappled and beautifully shaded in between. But from here you still see a group dappled within the forest line in the shadows, and with a passive perception of 1917, you guys do hear more or less whispers and hoarse shouts, though from this distance you cannot make out what they are saying.
I thought you said horse, like Animal. Yeah. Horse shouts.
Oh, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
So-
no, like
Nay!
the horses
I was like-
are yelling at us from the tree.
Well, you want to go say hello?
I start walking forward with my hands
I'll
up.
come with you. Maybe the small people would threaten him less.
Maybe I just talk to him.
Team
Well,
small.
I'm holding up like a whole big link of sausages.
Okay, I talk though.
Oh yeah, I'm just here to catch arrows and give out sausages.
And I'm all out of arrows.
Catch and he did.
Okay, I put my hands up in the air, kind of shake out my trench coat, put my hands up in the air, and kind of walk forward. Like,
Okay.
do you speak common?
Okay. About how far do you get? So the tree line from here is roughly 200 feet or so.
I take like 5 or 10 paces forward slowly,
Okay.
knowing that they tend to fire those warning shot arrows and giving the chance for them to do that again, or instead invite, like, let's see what's happening.
Okay.
And I'm
And
like right on Founder, like
Okay.
almost kind of in front.
I'm with the wagon.
gotcha. So the two of you begin approaching, hands up in the air, sausages dangling, and as you guys make it about 50 paces, you hear a thwang, and another arrow lands like right in front of your feet.
I take one of my sausages and I just kind of like hang it on the arrow.
I stop, calmly put my hands down, and then shout, "Do you speak common?" Or
He says exacerbatedly.
Common mother trucker.
Do you speak it? Would he have told us? Did you tell us that they basically worked for a green dragon?
I communicated what was
Yeah.
told, yeah.
I also say out in Draconic.
Okay, you speak Draconic. I was about to do that.
Yeah. Or Draconic. Can we communicate? Can we talk?
Give me a general charisma check. Not persuasion, not deception, just charisma.
Gotta nerf that bard.
Mildly rude, but
You're not in communications. Yeah.
that's a 10.
Very
10?
general.
Okay. You just hear from the tree line.
All right. Well, maybe-
We need to pass through. Did they respond in common or Draconic?
Draconic.
Interesting. Responding in Draconic. We need to pass through peacefully and quietly to the other side. You are welcome to watch us the whole way. We'll pay our fare if we need to, but we need on the other side. Going around would take days.
Give me a persuasion check.
There it is.
Plus 2 points per sausage.
Yeah, do I get
I do
I get
speak
advantage
Draconic.
for sausage?
He doesn't speak Draconic.
That might be the only reason they're talking to us in the first place.
What is with the 5s? My dice are hateful.
What does that
today.
Not
get
how
you?
it works. The dice are
16.
fine.
How's that good?
16.
16.
Sorry, minimum was higher.
You basically
Oh, wait.
hear.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you can't roll less than a 10.
Less than a 10, so that's a 21.
21. Okay. You hear
Thank you.
a little bit of rustling, and you see a small, dark green in scale kobold face pop its head out from one of the bushes.
You may come speak your terms. Leave your caravan. Bring the sausage man.
Okay.
The sausage man.
I'm gonna kind of. I'll send message back to, I don't know, whoever's closest, and just say they want to talk. Don't attack. We're talking.
Aye.
Cool.
If you were
And,
speaking loud enough for us to hear, I at least understand Draconic.
No, I'm sending message back to you guys in common, like.
Gotcha.
We're
And
going to don't attack. We're just going to talk to him.
Gotcha. Okay. So the two of you begin approaching. And you guys get about 20 foot from the tree line, and that same face that has its head poked out from one of the brushes just says,
No further! Halt!
Hands up.
You're surrounded.
Understood.
I mean, at least from the tree line.
Fair enough.
I'm biting my tongue. That's not what surrounded me.
Throw the sausages.
I've been thinking that this whole time. You should have brought a shrubbery. All right, I chunked the sausages. Well, I chunked half the sausages.
Okay.
There's more in the wagon.
You see a this kobold that has head poking out makes like a whistling sound, and a small hound in shape but draconic in feature creature dashes out from underneath the brush, grabs the sausages off the tree line, and rushes back in. Hear some smacking sounds.
You've earned the right to speak. Why do you pass?
We are headed
Northeast.
Northeast, yeah.
northeast? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're headed northeast, just on the other side of the forest. But it is a very large and beautiful forest. So, traveling around would take several more days. We would like to pass through. We mean no harm. We will take nothing and touch nothing and hurt no one.
And what tribute do you bring for Ixcar?
For what?
Ixcar demands tribute for passage.
I hold up the rest of my sausage.
Not enough! Not enough, sausage man.
So, Ixcar.
I got more sausages.
Are the kobolds also green?
Yeah.
Who's Ixcar?
Ixcar. He's Lord and Herald of the Woods. The Woods of Nettle. Ixcar demands tribute.
What kind of tribute does he usually like?
Gold. Paintings. Poetry.
I whisper this down to you. I can give him the recipe for the sausages.
It is better than the sausages.
What are you two whispering about?
How would you like the ability to make these fine, delicious sausages at any point, in any time?
One moment.
He goes back into the bush. You hear some munching sounds. He comes back out.
Very tasty. Good for us. Ixcar don't want. I want.
Well, are you not a disciple of Ixcar?
Yes.
So your wants are by proxy his wants.
No.
You need to thrive and eat and survive, right?
We thrive by the will of Ixcar.
So if you were to eat nothing at all and perish, would that do Ixcar well?
Ixcar doesn't allow this. We farm this land for our own.
Exactly.
Ixcar demands tribute for passage.
So if you farm meat, protein, sustenance, and it spoils, that's a shame. You go hungry. But you make sausage out of it, it lasts longer.
I want this, I tell you.
It tastes good, but it lasts longer, and that's important as it is going to start getting cold and harder to obtain this meat, this protein. You're going to need it to last.
I grow tired. I tell you, Ixcar demands tribute for passage.
I'm offering tribute.
This is not tribute for Ixcar,
What?
I tell you.
What kind of paintings?
Fine ones, made by famous bards, found in places forest no make.
Do you know of any on the other side of the forest we could bring back to you?
No, Ixcar would know.
Maybe we're going to a special place. Maybe we can get the paintings on the way back. We can drop them off.
I don't know if this is deception or persuasion. I
had one
I'm
rule.
gonna say deception.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say deception.
What do you think was gonna happen? I held my tongue for a long time.
Roscoe, give me a deception check.
And then you were like, what if we give you the things we don't have?
I didn't tell them we did have them. I didn't say like, yo, I got a bunch of paintings.
I did say poetry.
We're going to owe so many people so many things we don't have.
That's
We owe
That's a
berries,
19.
we're going to owe paintings.
19.
And where you find paintings?
ancient ruins.
Have you ever heard of Shades Valley?
Yes.
You've heard of it. So you know that it is a renowned and beautiful ruin in the city. There are untold treasures buried within. We do not seek the treasures. We have no need for them, no want for them. We seek information. The treasures we find, however, gold, paintings. You'll happily pay us tribute on our way back.
These terms acceptable to me, but Ixcar will not be satiated. What can you tribute to Ixcar for passage today?
Sausage.
Didn't say poetry.
No deal.
Does Iskar like to drink?
Hear some whispering.
Drink what?
The strongest liquor you've ever encountered.
I don't know. We would have to consult with Ixcar.
We can wait.
Hear more whispering.
You wait. Wait till nightfall. We find Ixcar.
Whoa.
Well, how about we send you with a small amount of this strongest liquor you've ever tasted in your life to share with Ixcar, see his thoughts and opinions, and if it pleases him, we will send more and safely pass through
A sample?
a sample.
Give me a persuasion check.
I know it. I don't know where I'm looking. 21.
5?
It was 3 5s in a row.
Oh wow.
Okay. One of scale, bring sample. Sausage man stay.
Do you have like a flask to spare? Surely.
Oh yeah. I down the flask that I have and I pour a little bit of the Everclear into that flask.
Okay. Hand it over to.
Sure doesn't
Found
touch
it.
your skin.
You guys hear Leon? I don't know why we dally. We should just slay them.
Not dragons, Leon. Not dragons.
Small kind of dragons.
No, we've been through this. We've been through this.
I know. He holds his tongue.
I'm glad I'm not there.
It does look like from over here that they seem to be kind of angrily squawking.
If they get more aggressive, I'm going to run in there.
You know, some might call you an angry dragon.
Oh shit.
He just folds his arms and he folds his arms and kind of like gives you a look and just keeps watching the tree line. So Thalner, you make your way over to the tree line. Okay.
And pass along this sample.
Okay, you make it to the tree line, and there is a kobold that basically is clad in nothing but like leaves and twine and vines. Giving a cursory glance over to the shadows with underneath the tree canopy, there are dozens of creatures. The odd thing about this is that there's no one specific racial representation here. There are a few Sunderkind here and there, a few Drake hounds that kind of growl underneath trees, and a few people that similarly look like your acquaintance Cathis with snake-like eyes and
Acquaintance. I wouldn't.
the odd thing that you notice though is that all of them, the cornea of their eyes are shaded, almost shrouded with a lime green hue. And you walk over holding the flask in hand. The creature that you've been speaking with walks over, this time not shouting.
Is this the sample?
I extend it forward, kind of head tilted low, like not in a menacing way, maintaining eye contact, and say, "May Ixcar be pleased."
Looking at the caravan, scurries over, scurries back to the tree line.
We take this to Ixcar. We see if he finds this pleasing. If he does, he may grant you passage. If not, you go away.
Godspeed.
And you hear a staccato whistle, and the entire troop just kind of rustles through the bushes and leaves the tree line.
I'd like to kind of stay in this position pretty firmly, almost like hands up, like I'm not moving to appear not menacing, but I'm watching. The entire troop?
The entire troop.
Okay.
From my perception. You can roll a perception roll.
Okay, I was about to say, for my perception.
Go ahead and roll a perception roll.
35.
It's
It's a 4.
8.
As best you can tell, yes, the entire troop. Really, the only other creatures that you see are some lizards that are kind of scattering amongst the barks of trees and some birds that are hanging from branches.
There's a lot of trees.
I don't need to roll. I know someone's still watching us. Like, I just assume. I don't need to know, but like...
Roscoe believes that there are still people there watching.
But I just sit down right where I am and light up a cigar.
Let's head back to the caravan.
No. I want to give up our position. We're already like this far.
What do you mean give up our position? If they come back and they're like, no, what are we going to do from here?
Hear their answer?
If they want to give a solid answer, then they'll allow us back up to talk.
Yeah, I mean, I can always plant them a bean.
What?
I got some magic beans. It might produce something they'd like.
Plan it now. I don't...
It takes a minute. I want them to watch.
Let's go back to the caravan. I'm going back to the caravan.
All right.
I go back.
It's still like daytime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I just sit there cross-legged, drinking and smoking my cigar.
I make my way back to the caravan. I say we go now. Most of them just left. All of them just left.
I don't know what happened, but I'm not sure.
So, we tried to bribe our way through. They serve Ixcar, which I'm assuming is the green dragon that rules this area of the forest, or rules the forest, and they require payment of gold or paintings or poetry of value, as a dragon would. We offered sausage. They did not want it, but instead we offered the finest.
It was good sausage.
Well, okay, they wanted the sausage. You're not here. They didn't want the sausage, and then we offered the finest liquor and the strongest liquor in the land, and they were intrigued but didn't know if Ixgard would be. So they took a sample back to get his opinion, and they all left.
I am here. And if there's a green dragon in these woods, it deserves to be slayed.
And I bet you halfway through getting through these woods, we'll find him.
Then we must go now. I agree with the kobold.
Yes, let's make haste. My knowledge says that dragons don't care much for liquor.
Give me a history check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. To your memory, you do not know if dragons have a taste for liquor or not, but you do know that dragons have a taste for fine things.
Let's make haste.
Fine and strong are not the same.
Depends who you ask.
I'm not too confident, I'll say, that the dragon will be pleased with it.
Rarity and scarcity can make a lot of things fine. But yeah.
I don't think that there's a good still here in the forest.
I mean, yeah, booze is booze, and if you're in a podunk forest, you might not get the chance to have some.
So do you wish to wait?
No.
Then let us make haste.
I say we go.
Okay. I, at
go
this
ask
point, wish I had
Roscoe.
come back, but did not.
We'll pick
I
up
send a
Roscoe
message
on the
over
way.
and just say, hey, we're talking about going through the forest while they're not here.
Fuck no, man. I totally bet someone's watching us.
Okay, but not all of them.
Man, dragons don't need much heads up.
How long does it take to get through the forest? Do you know?
A little over a day.
I was about to say not a short period of time.
These little
the
dudes
birds
are.
and lizards left.
Yeah, the little dudes are not our concern. If they come back, I'm not worried about them, man. It's the dragon.
If we make haste now, regardless of the verdict from this dragon, we might have enough time to make it through, or hopefully make it through. But if we wait and they want more, and we ultimately decide to push through anyways, the fight will be grander, and not in a good way.
At this point,
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I mean, it does make sense.
Either fight now or fight later.
I would like to actually
Or
roll a
possibly
perception
fight
now, if
never.
possible.
Or possibly.
Are you still over by the tree line?
Yeah, because Thounder was just messaging with me.
But if we go, there is a degree of fight, most likely.
So I'll say that we at least pull up to where Roscoe is, so we can all be
Good.
together.
It's a 24 in perception.
I would whisper, but it's senseless here. A lot of the... Roscoe, your suspicions, your gut instincts have told you that you are still being watched. And you notice that many of the small critters that were along the tree line are intently eyeing you and the caravan.
They respond to this. Yeah, totally being watched. 100%. There's a squirrel right there giving me the shifty eyes.
So we wait.
Squirrels of fate.
Well, if we wait, we don't make our situation worse.
Well, I could make this real easy. I could just go around the forest.
At least
It's an extra day of
If
travel.
we're gonna kill time, we might as well kill a little bit of time for the chance of saving several days. We've already sent a potential pleasing offering to the dragon to let us through this forest. We might as well see the verdict.
Yeah, I agree. We could wait for that, and then if it doesn't please them, we'll just take the long way around. It's an extra day, but it's safe.
Beans!
As a trade or as a surprise?
As a surprise, totally.
What does it do?
Oh, there's a few things it can do, and I don't know which one it's going to be. Some of them are great.
So it's a Roscoe bean.
Oh, yeah. There's like
We have
10 or
no
12
clue.
different things that you could do.
Are we talking to Roscoe, actually? Is he here? Are we with him?
Founder's messaging me to some degree.
And at a certain point, Hammerfist had said that he had pulled up the caravan up
okay.
to where
So
Roscoe
yes.
was. So you guys are now
So it's a couple hundred feet.
consorting with each other.
Man, the beans would either give them something they want or perhaps be an excellent distraction. Like a treant might sprout.
You can plant one to prove how magical they are, and then they might want the other two you have.
I think I got 3 or 2.
Or they might be able to tell that they're magical already. I don't know.
I think there's 2, if I recall.
So we agree to wait to see the opinions. That might at least win some favor.
Yeah, I
We
guess
waited
we'll see.
patiently and meant no harm, no threat.
And favor, depending on the size of this dragon.
So we wait.
We might get to Leon the situation.
Waiting's for pansies, but I'll confer with the rest of you.
We wait.
It's a chromatic dragon. Not really much to give favor. Now, how familiar am I with green dragons?
Not very. Without a roll.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, you as a character wouldn't be very familiar. And then Salvo says that she is.
And favor would allow you to get close.
Oh.
Nice.
Wait a second. I see what you're saying.
Don't say the quiet part out loud, Leon.
Okay. I like this idea.
Isn't Leon telepathic?
He is telepathic. Salvo says that, and Leon says to you in your mind, you're saying we bait the green dragon and then murder it.
I reply in my mind, potentially, and I look over him like,
That's all I need to hear. We wait.
I mean, if it's a big, ancient, adult, maybe not. If it's like a warbly, smaller, maybe we do.
I'm sure if it was a small dragon, these other creatures wouldn't bow down so easily.
I don't know, they seem kind of like pansies.
There was a lot of them, though. A lot of pansies together can do some damage.
Well, they could also
Yeah.
be under a spell.
Wait.
Aye.
Aye.
Aren't your kind formed when dragon's presence affects a pregnancy, correct?
Among other things, but from my understanding, me specifically, yes.
So potentially these other kobolds are offspring of said dragon.
I wouldn't consider myself an offspring of a dragon.
Hence my quotes.
Okay.
Byproduct.
Sure.
They weren't just.
Unintended consequence?
First,
There are a bunch of different races, not just kobold.
yeah, there was a good mix of creatures.
So there was a
Those
red
words.
dragon by you when you were born.
I've heard some stories, but
It's kind of voyeuristic.
I don't actually know.
For sure.
Interesting.
I don't like green dragons.
I wonder how far away this dragon was.
Are we currently waiting?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm lit up
going
my
to the
second
bathroom,
cigar.
So, from here, unless there's some pertinent role play, you guys are effectively waiting.
Just dilly-dally roleplay at this point.
Dilly-dally
Chatting
role
about
play.
dragons and
Yeah.
birth.
Okay.
And
I'll go ahead and say that roughly from here, without any major event passing, about 4 hours go by. Is there anything that you guys would like to do during this time?
what was the name of the
I can't
dragon?
distill within 4 hours.
Ixgar.
I can't make any more liquor. I've got quite a bit in the wagon. I would just amble about real close to the trail and look for potential potion ingredients. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm just grabbing stuff.
Cool. Give me a nature check.
I assist.
1.
Nice.
I'm gonna help you.
Helping at 20.
I'm not going to help you.
Go ahead and give yourself inspiration if you haven't already gotten it.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all,
Oh, I got a nat 20 earlier. Just-
nice. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. So, the first thing that you notice, Roscoe, is like this forest is verdant, and has a plethora of herbal ingredients. There's mint, sage, like a spicy smelling oregano-style leaf, though it's different from what you've tried to pick before.
Looks like oregano, but it's not.
But it's not. And you also find something curious. A plant that you haven't seen before.
Yes, please.
This one more or less has leaves that sprout out in almost like a spiral-like pattern from its stalk. And it has a flower crusting on the top of it that is jagged and spiky and looks almost like a crown.
Like that fractal broccoli?
Kind of, but instead of like it being instead of having like the volume of that fractal broccoli, it's still stem and herb like in nature,
okay.
and the jagged crown like part at the top is actually yellow.
Yeah, I want to collect as many of those as I can.
Okay, you more or less find 4 units of said.
Roscoe, might I recommend digging one up and potting it in one of your flasks, keeping it
Oh
alive?
man, that's a great call.
Harvest 3, keep one alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you do
We
that.
have a wagon.
For now.
Yeah, but to be direct, you are unfamiliar with this plant itself. This is new to you.
Okay.
Which is kind of also why it has caught your eye.
Cool.
Could I help identify the plant with a roll of some sort?
Does identify specifically have to do with magic, or it's just
Oh,
things?
I meant me. I want to identify it, like the
I see.
lowercase I.
I see.
Lowercase I.
Lowercase I. Go ahead and give me... Unfortunately, this is a nature check.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, that's way better than mine.
18.
18. You've not seen it in person, but you denote this in a book that you have seen from working with Malachi, And
Like I've seen the diagram of it.
yeah, and also this is something that is coveted by your friend Sukra. This is called the King's Herald. This herb in specific is it is very enduring. It can survive a lot of dramatic weather changes.
Good to keep in a pot.
And when used in potion making, it can be used as it can either be used as something that increases the effect of whatever potion that you're deciding to make, or if only used in that way, more or less it is an invigorating potion for humanoids, the effects of which you would need to confer with one of your colleagues on exactly how that works.
Interesting.
Or we could just test it.
No.
You're not the potion maker here.
I mean, I am proficient with alchemist supplies.
Oh. Well, me too.
You're not proficient.
Oh.
Not yet.
I have some.
You have the capacity to use them. Proficiency, not yet.
I'm like a 6-year-old that gets stuff from the kitchen and puts it in a pot and mixes it up and calls it a potion.
I am able
Kind
to
of,
use
yes.
most tools, apparently. Whereas I'm a Swiss Army knife. Or what's the country's name? Levancia. I was like, Valencia? That's not right.
Yeah. Levancia,
Army knife.
Velathon, those are the only country names that you have heard so far. The 4-hour mark passes. The sun is beginning to fade off into the west. You can kind of see it marking the ridge line of the Cathod Mountains from here. Not quite night. And from here, unless there was anything else pertinent that someone would like to do, you guys hear some more wrestling within the tree line. And out emerges that same kobold with a retinue of other people.
He's got like. He's got one more.
We all look at Roscoe. Huh.
You guys need to have faith.
Ixcar says you meet in meadow, center of forest.
Oh.
We show you.
All right.
I didn't understand that, I guess, anyways.
Yeah, you're just hearing a lot of like guttural chortling and
I turn to you in common. I say, the offering has been accepted, and the dragon would like to confer with us in the meadow.
This dragon wants to meet in an open place. That's
Can
a
we
good.
just give it to them?
It's a good thing,
To
right?
give to it?
Right? The dragon wants to meet us in an open spot.
I'm good.
What are you speaking of? What he say?
We're excited, man.
Our friend is unfamiliar with your tongue, and I'm helping to translate.
Oh, squishy. Okay.
I'm sure your lord is quite magnificent. I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Yes.
How large is your lord?
He's grand. Great lord. Very big forest man. He takes care of us. He makes happy.
We want the same.
Yeah, you're lucky people.
Can we just give it to them? I don't understand why.
That's not gonna
Well,
work.
it's the direction we're heading.
I mean, yeah, halfway through the forest is we're halfway.
Is center of the forest on?
We don't have to meet
what's that?
freaking guy.
It's actually the first step of our second plan.
We just keep going this way where we're already going.
Is the meadow / center of the forest off our path?
Give me a history check. 14. You remember seeing a meadow clearing. There were a lot of rocky crags and offshoots of streams and rivers that were flowing through it. And this is actually in your memory where you had first seen Weird and Wild Folk. You do know that it is off the path from which you travel currently. It is more or less a couple of miles north of the path as you travel through it. You would essentially travel through the forest about a halfway and then leave the path to go north. Yeah.
Okay. But not too crazily off the path.
No.
Okay.
Still faster than going around.
Yeah.
I say we go into this possible trap.
Beware the meadow.
I chuck the guy some more sausages. I'm like, thanks, man.
Like a couple of the Drake hounds just run up and through the air and snatch it through the air and just angrily start munching on
You're
it.
supposed to share those with my friend. Sorry, dude.
Nah, they excite. It's okay. We go.
Leon says into your mind, Salvo, this is where we plan our ambush. Everyone be ready.
And I say, possibly. Again, just in the mind, but then with the eyes, possibly.
Possibly means we should prepare.
Please do not make the first move.
Who makes the first move?
Definitely not Roscoe either.
You can't stop me.
Who's the most... If JJ chooses violence, choose violence too.
You see, JJ, you passive perception, you see like Leon and Salvo have been like looking at each other, and then Leon looks over you like...
And then Salvo's like nodding her
Yeah,
head.
and then Salvo, I look at you, JJ, and I...
Okay, gotcha.
And I say, you're the trigger.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure about it.
And you hear in your mind, tonight we dine on green dragon meat.
Oh, no.
Potentially.
No?
And now you realize it's safe
I know-
to let Roscoe be the trigger.
Do I know about green dragon meat?
Yeah, I mean, I guess give me a history check. I'd say since you were more scientific than field work, I'd say this is at disadvantage.
Okay.
Do you eat many of your dissections?
11.
11. You have never personally dined on the meat or flesh of a green dragon. You do know that its nature is poison.
Right.
You would infer that that is not the best idea.
That's kind of where I was leaning.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if they were acid or poison. Black's acid.
You know for certain that they are poison.
Yeah.
Probably both bad.
Then I'm like, Leon, no, Leon, no.
Let's ride.
Should we leave the cart and horses somewhere safe?
Hey, buddy, man,
things
can
go
we get
south.
our cart pretty close to this, meadow? Because we got some stuff to bring.
You have stuff for Ixcar and cart? Maybe.
I mean, sausages.
Okay.
I've got some more liquor, but it's not quite to that quality.
We have empty carts to bring back the treasures we are expecting to come across on.
Oh, this makes sense. You say you bring
Yeah,
treasure.
We told you, yeah.
I see,
So
I
we
see, I
brought
see.
empty carts. We're gonna need the room if we're gonna bring back
You may bring cart.
more gifts.
Leave it on trail when we go to meadow.
Okay,
All right.
that's fair.
So that way we're not having to go all the way back through the forest and come all the way back through. I probably would vouch we don't go without the caravan.
Oh yeah, I would guess.
Well, that's essentially what I was saying. Is like we should leave it a little bit before we get there. That way it doesn't, potentially get.
Poisoned?
Set on fire.
Yeah.
With the power of imagination, we can get it there as fast as we need.
And we're there.
Okay.
Anything need? Follow.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys begin following, like, more or less half of the troop splits up to the other side of the tree line. You can tell that just circumstantially they are very comfortable within the tree line, and being out of it, they are shifty and looking around and feeling almost exposed. But as you guys are making your caravan through this tree line, there's a couple times where Leon rides a little bit forward on his horse, and you hear the kobold basically shout out, say,
Slow down. Stay with group.
and Leon just kind of like stops and gives a mean look over to him and kind of rears the horse, and then the horse looks back and gives a mean look over to him, and the two of them just sit there, and then you see that Leon just like pets the horse. And eventually, strolling through this area, this trail itself is not perfect. It has been a long time since regularly it has been trafficked. There are roots that just sprout up in between parts of it, and overgrown pieces of grass just kind of bust up with pollen as you pass through them. The forest gets denser and denser and denser, and partway through the journey, night falls. And it is quite dark. For those of you without dark vision, you're more or less just relying on those that have it to say we are still along the path. Go ahead.
Can we try and light some torches and stick them on the wagon at least? And
Yeah, absolutely.
You have your ring still.
It's very dim.
See, I can't turn that on or off, right?
it's only
I
half
guess I
as
have
bright
it in
as
a
the
pocket,
torch.
so I guess I could take it out.
Yes.
You take it out of your pocket and you put it on. No, I'm just kidding.
This just feels right.
I would very much like to see that ring again.
It was forged in the brightness.
No, yeah, you strike a couple torches and there's actually like torch hanging sconces
He said it.
on the caravan itself to where like they're shining bright in front of you. You can see the area around you as you're passing, and you can kind of tell that the troop itself like doesn't necessarily enjoy this light, but it actually they stay more in tandem with you now that the light is on. It's almost as if like this is a traveling group of creatures. At one point, you guys hear a large cracking of wood. Everybody give me a perception check.
I look down at the wheels.
Ooh, nice.
22.
Adorable.
15.
22.
28.
Salvo.
13.
13. You guys hear this cracking of wood, and right afterwards you kind of denote that there is more of like a rhythmic motion that occurs afterwards. With the 22s, you guys see a large figure kind of emerging from part of the forest. And with the 28, and the fact that you have your night vision goggles on,
Goggles of night, baby.
you hear this and kind of lower them, and eyes adjusting, a brightness appears all around you like you haven't seen before. There is an immense owl bear, in which you recognize, moving its way through the forest. And you hear shouting in Draconic, "I'll stop! I'll stop!" The troop stops. The caravan, more or less from here, slows down to a point because Leon, also understanding this, halts his horse in front of the caravan. And you see this massive owl bear, about 10 foot in height on all fours, walking its way onto the trail. And it just stands there like back arched while a bunch of teeny tiny owl bears begin crossing the road around it.
No, it's a mama owl bear.
So cute.
The little owl, one of the little owl bears, the runt, kind of dives its way in between the mother's legs and starts rolling around in the dirt, and the larger one like loses a little bit of its aggressive disposition and kind of scoops it up with a paw and pushes it forward.
Like, keep going. I'm trying to be cool.
And as the last of the little owl bears walk through the woods, it stares at you guys for a while. Leon sends a message to the mother owlbear. You have some beautiful children. It's a shame that you serve a dragon.
Fucking Leon. That's exactly what Leon would do, yep.
The owlbear replies back, I do not serve Ygskar. I merely tolerate him. And continues walking along the way.
Then join us.
You guys aren't privy to this
I know,
information.
yeah.
And as the owlbear passes,
I bet Leon's like,
yeah, and he's like, respectable. As the owlbear passes, you guys continue along your way. About this time, it's about 11-ish p.m. before you get towards near the halfway point in the woods, as indicated by this troop of people walking alongside you guys, who shout,
We are nearing spot where you can leave wagon. We must go to meadow soon. Leave all weapons. Leave all belongings in wagon. We meet with Ixcar.
Like, in the nighttime?
Yes. It's good time. He's full and not hungry no more.
Well, that does sound pleasurable.
This simple rod is not a weapon, right? This is one of my tools.
You may bunk with it, but it is nothing against scales of Ixcar.
Yes.
So,
Give me a deception check for that, just real quick.
Deception, say 13.
Okay.
I've been using my quarterstaff like a walking staff most of the time, so I'm just gonna go with it.
You're a monk, dude. It's
Still a little better.
As he kind of like
You want me
looks
to
you
leave my
guys
weapons wide?
up and down, he kind of begins to get the notion of like there aren't a lot of weapons amongst you.
I have so many weapons I never use.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
Yeah, he specifically looks at JJ.
Knife from the boot, other knife from the other boot.
He basically sees JJ like disarming. He's like,
You really do travel. Only one warrior. Okay.
And then I'm gonna get Leon to take one of the big casks that I have in the back of the wagon of like regular liquor.
Yeah, he
just in case.
hefts it up on his shoulder, no big deal. And he hops down, just kind of like you hear like some as he pets this horse's mane, and the horse just kind of like walks over and begins eating some food, but still like on alert, looking around.
Alright, cool. I'll stay behind.
The kobold, eventually, as you guys gather your things up, he says,
So, you must come with us. We surround you and we take you to see Ixcar. Is that big flask of alcohol?
Oh yeah, that's not the stuff I sampled. I have a smaller amount of that, but that's some, it's almost as good.
You know, say this earlier.
Well, I hold up like this regular big bottle of the Everclear.
You may hope that big flask, cask, barrel is as good as flask. Ixcar will be displeased if no.
Leon, maybe you should grab a second one.
I do not want to overestimate my might. I can only carry one of these right now.
Okay. My man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not serious. Oh wait, yeah. No problem.
I don't know how many Roscoe brought, but it was more than 2.
So, and you easily also can heft another keg.
And surprisingly, seeming stronger than Leon even. I think.
Yeah, Leon is actually walking slightly slower than Hammerfist with this.
Until he notices, then he starts.
Leon, do you want me to carry the other one too?
Shut up. We still need to have our spar.
aye.
As you guys continue into the dense forest, are you taking the torches with you by chance?
I'm definitely taking a torch. I can't see shit.
Okay. Bringing a torch?
Yeah.
Did you grab the other one, JJ?
Just following.
Following Roscoe?
Yeah.
Googlies of night.
Googlies of night.
Do you want a light up Kerjigger?
Sure.
What, I mean, or just a rock, or do you have like a thing you'd like me to light up?
I don't know.
Here, have a pebble.
Thank you. Yes.
On the rocks.
It's 5 feet of dim and 10 of whatever. 5
You're
feet
a
of
real
bright.
scientist over there, aren't you?
5 feet of bright, 10 feet of dim radius. So I mean, it's like a small flashlight.
Yeah.
Light goes swing.
Donner, what are you doing during
I
this
can also
time?
make it smell bad.
Dark vision, so.
Make it sound
So we're following them into.
More or less that same kobold is walking in front of you, and you now begin to see that he's holding a staff in his hand that has like some flower entwined vines wrapped around it.
Smell good.
And you're following him and a Drake guard that stays next to his heel. But the rest of the group, more than when you had seen on the tree line, are basically shadowing and following you guys in a surrounding formation throughout the woods.
Okay, I'm gonna stay kind of at the head of the group, right behind the kobold.
Okay. You guys travel through the area. It is about 1 a.m. by the time you reach the meadow clearing. The oddest thing about this travel is at first leading up through these animal-made natural trails, and then brush being gently pushed to the sides as it gets thicker and thicker with fauna. You start to know, or you start to see a dim, pale green fog floating and hovering just above the ground. And as you guys are walking, this fog more or less is parting for this kobold in front of you, avoiding the rest of your troop as you pass through. And upon passing through it's a dense and thick, almost bamboo-like mess of trees that are being folded over. You see a rush, like silvery threads of water filtering throughout the moonlight, refracting light to much where this is a dimly lighted area. Strong fingers of stone jut up. Sporadic at first, but as you continue to see it, maybe this was once architectural. Maybe this once was meant to be, but has succumbed to the mysteries and the wilds of the forest. And as you guys continue, the kobold lets out a whistle. You hear a small rumbling sound that grows larger and larger. And claw first, climbing the highest spire in the middle of rock. The head of a green dragon peers over with bright green eyes. And so we're going to take a break.
All right.
So.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Drago.
For those of you, eyes you have.
For those of you watching at home, we are going to take a quick 15-minute break in which we are going to relax, stretch our legs, take care of needs, and then we will be back in order to encounter this strange situation within the Rocky Meadow.
Totally fine situation.
Got it.
I've had it worse.
Well, see you guys here in about 15 minutes. All right, guys, we are back from our break. Welcome back to Scales of Fate, everybody. Dragon.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you're excited, and you have a little kitty with you. So we went on break.
Offering?
No.
What? Anyways, we were on break, and we had just crossed into the meadow within the Nell Forest. You guys have seen the visage illuminated by the moonlight above of a green dragon peering its head over the rocks. And as you'll notice around you, that same kobold that you have been dealing with stands at the forefront, walks a few paces forward. That greenish fog littering the ground, still away from your group. But as he walks forward, it gets slightly closer and closer. And for those of you that can speak Draconic, Grandixgar! Hits his staff on the ground. We bring you
the travelers that would wish to pass through the Nell. There is the sausage man as predetermined.
G'day.
And the other Sunderkind, who has said that there are many a treasure that they wish to bring back from you from the north.
I kind of give a little bow. Just so.
You guys hear a rumbling sound as it kind of crests over the side of this rock and then perches up on top of it. Wings, which were folded back, begin to... That green fog dissipates from the meadow for a moment before, on the edges, slowly seeping back in, folds his wings. And you all hear out loud, travelers from Drakehaven.
I mean, that's not like where I formerly hail from, but I guess that was the last place I was at.
Is this in common?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You come from the mountains in the far south.
Shit, man, you got a good nose.
The rest of you, it is trivial in my mind to speak about where you hail, but I am more curious. Where are you going? It seems that Vix has told me that you promised treasures upon your return from the north, yet you pass through my forest with tribute. Spicy on the tongue, I will admit. If you wish to pass further, I request. You see that the fog brings in a little bit more tribute.
I mean, yeah, I just gave you a little flask. I got more.
Leon hefts the barrel and simultaneously with hammer fist. It was a quite tasty spirit, I would admit. Spirits for me are fleeting. I will save these barrels for a wondrous occasion. Yet I require more tribute. If you may pass safely.
Do you require it now? If you spoke to Vix, you know that we're intending to visit somewhere that carries great treasures, but we hail from Drakehaven, at least currently, and intend to return back that direction. If you can grant us safe passage now, and upon our return, we can bring back wondrous, rare, valuable treasures on our return.
You see he takes his four limbs and descends down the rock in front of him. A lithe, snake-like body approaches.
About how big is he?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how large is this trip?
Give me a perception check.
Who?
Anyone that asked.
Ooh, I wanted to see.
Go for it.
It's a 23.
Respectable.
22.
26.
Shut up.
You guys all surmise that this dragon is no more than 30 feet in length from snout to tail. More specifically, Salvo, you denote that this is smaller and less in age than those that you have seen prior attacking Aether Rock.
Okay.
What's Leon feeling right about now?
I'm actually going to give Leon a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Well,
That's actually not bad.
Which way?
Not bad for the dragon.
I'm prepared to hold Leon back.
Yeah, he got a 17. You see Leon is like rapidly tapping his foot.
He knows the trigger.
Yep. You can see that like he's every once in a while he's just looking over at JJ.
What, was that it? Was that the trigger?
But he stands firm. Arms crossed across his chest. And as this dragon approaches, he gets right in front of Vix. Lowers the back half of himself and raises his chest up. You can see that tendrils of scales form like peaks that flush match with the back of his neck. And he says, "You promise treasure upon return." "Easily, if it matches what you say, then of course, you may travel the Nell unscathed. However, making it this far, these spirits will suffice. You still have the rest of the forest to travel. What do you have to offer to me?"
Roscoe starts slowly slipping out a rolled up canvas from his cloak.
We really hated to have to part with this.
Well, hold on a second. Where is this canvas coming from? What are you talking about?
While we were traveling the wagon for such a long time,
Okay, all right.
I was doing a still life with the paint from my disguise kit in the back of the wagon on one of the walls.
Lipstick and eyeshadow.
Yeah, it's objectively quite good. A still life of not one but two breakfasts.
You might say second breakfast.
Yeah.
This is the DM talking. That's so good.
Are you sure it's not the dragon talking?
No, that's not the dragon talking.
So good.
Okay. So this is retroactive. You haven't mentioned it on the way up here. You need to give me a form of artistry check.
All right, there's waffles, sausages, bacon.
I will say that the skill involved here.
Bagels.
Is bagels skill?
I will allow this to be a nature check because this is food. You are painting a picture in the likeness of breakfast and second breakfast.
Could it be sleight of hand? Since it's done by hand?
Your
Very quickly.
posit is noted and denied.
Oh.
It must be nature.
You're still my lawyer. I mean, that was a good try.
However, Thalner, you were the one that had said that you had something, and then you guys blindsided me with this. You may do this with advantage if Thalner, you were helping in this circumstance.
Yeah, I'm absolutely trying to play up that this is a priceless artifact that we are parting ways with.
Okay.
We really hate to let go of this magnificent piece that we acquired from some friends just outside of Drakehaven, but my lord, if it pleases you and would allow us passage, we shall gift this to you.
There's a rumbling deep within his chest.
I want to try a lucky, just to be sure.
With advantage, I need my lucky.
That's not better. It's a 14.
14.
But I mean, even some of the best masters did some abstracts.
Not wrong.
Picasso could be considered.
Right, he sold
6 in some
napkins for
cases.
like millions of dollars.
Lawyer time. Could he add his proficiency, since he is proficiency with his disguise kit, which he used?
Absolutely, yeah. That's what you had used for your artistry.
Yeah,
So it's a 17,
17.
17.
right? So that's our
Plus the-
proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had rolled a flat d20 to see how much Ixcar had enjoyed this piece. I had gotten a 13. With a 17, Ixcar swirls his head around as you hold it out. A small halfling, just holding out this large painting of breakfast. Please describe to me what this breakfast looks like.
All right, so it's piled upon piles, like 2 massive stacked plates, a base of waffles with sausage, biscuits strewn about, some eggs all over the place, gravy pouring over it, like a volcano of breakfasts. And beers all around it.
This piece is titled The First and Second Start to the Day, crafted by a well-renowned bard that travels between these cities and happened to be heading up to Drakehaven on our way out. Perhaps you know him. His name is Gerald.
It's a piece from Gerald.
I know. You hadn't joined up with us just yet. We were still catching up, but yes, we happened to purchase a piece at a very steep price, but one worth paying from Gerald himself.
I'm surprised you'd give that up.
I was going to say, give me a deception with disadvantage. However, your troop has done a good job of backing you up on your lie. So give me a deception flat roll, not at advantage, and this is against the insight of Ixcar.
Big money, no whammies.
Suiting.
29.
You got a 20.
Eat it.
Don't
Not
you
literally.
Want this breakfast.
You want to eat it.
He just created an actual painting master.
Gerald.
That's now canon.
Yeah, please take note.
I am.
You must have just recently gotten a fresh painting from Gerald himself.
The freshness is, equivalent to the freshness of the breakfast that when it was created.
I can tell. This is lovely. I will
Try to
accept
hold back
this.
like my own proudness.
I will accept this as tribute for the halfling's passage. What of the rest of you? See Leon's just rapidly tapping his foot and just... You hear in your mind, is this a trigger? Is this a trigger? Is this a trigger? I want to rip his head off.
What if we could bring you more of Gerald's artwork in the future? Perhaps you want to ask for a specific commission.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm way better at lying, but that's gonna be an artificial 20.
Dirty 20.
It's not dirty, it's gloriously clean.
And artificial.
The Gerald's 20.
Tell me, does Gerald pass through the Nell ever? I have been thinking of getting a portrait of myself made before I shed my scales.
If you were to receive such, requisition, would that give us all passage through your lands?
Well, I can say this. If Gerald were to make an exquisite piece of art such as this second breakfast, in the likeness of myself, the rest of you may have passage through the Nell unscathed. For as long as it is my domain.
Well, good news.
He's in Drakehaven right now. Like I said, we happened to catch him on our way out. He was headed in. We could go talk to him.
Give me a deception check.
I kind of look at Downer like,
I send a message like, what is the plan right now? You can respond.
I can do it, man. I can do it.
Thus, Roscoe's artistic pseudonym is born.
22.
22 against his insight. I'm gonna roll this on the table. Just letting you guys know he's got a +6.
Mass dragon.
Weak.
We got a bard.
Can't see it. Oh, fuck. That's a 19.
Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So that's
It's a
25.
25.
So close.
You want to use an inspiration on that?
I don't think I have it. Yeah, I don't have inspiration.
But see, oh, fuck, I can't communicate all this.
He responds. The artist is in Drakehaven and you expect me to wait?
All right, mate. Like, I gotta be totally honest with
I
you.
think we are done here.
I'm Gerald, man. It's my pen name. I know, but like people keep like hounding me in the streets, and I can't go to the bars anymore. So like I had to come up with it.
You're the great Gerald?
You're Gerald?
Yeah,
He's
I hid it
Gerald.
from my own friends. They didn't know.
I had no idea.
You didn't even tell me that you were Gerald.
I know, and I didn't want to have to, but I would humbly love to do your own portrait. It would be my greatest work. You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and the greatest painting I'm sure to have made.
Ooh.
Give me a deception check.
I mean,
No, deception.
This is deception.
Not beautiful.
Now I'm using my inspiration because that was a 2.
oh, half
Halfway
one.
one.
Yeah, like he's left. But
I do indeed have a lucky left.
And it is nighttime.
Before
That's the exact same thing I just rolled.
Before resolving anything, can I have it, while everyone was like, "Oh, you're Gerald," I'd be like, "Oh, the most amazing artist of our time," and cast Bardic Inspiration.
I'll allow it.
So I get to roll a 6.
Thank you, most gracious DM.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Don't go.
Yes, it's an added D6 to your roll.
wow.
Is it a 1?
Yeah.
Rip.
So what's your total?
12?
Wait, let me spend that slot.
I will use my inspiration
For Roscoe?
for Roscoe.
Does Bardic still, does that 1
I'll
still
allow
add?
the one stays. It's not changing unless you meta game unless you spend another bardic.
Because it was the die. That's a separate die.
Yes.
Keep the 1. It's a bonus 1. Just don't roll shitty.
It's literally 3 6s in a row.
666.
So
Great!
the total is 12. I will make one final roll in front of the table.
Come on, Dark Lord.
I think it should be at disadvantage.
It's not cocked.
It has ceased to
Fuck, I
exist.
see 2 numbers.
I'm just gonna roll that to
No.
2.
Okay, it's at 18 on the die.
Lucky that one.
I'm out of luckies.
Halfling.
Does Leon have inspiration?
I see your hands. Marked. Scarred. Marred. There is no possible way that you could have painted what this Gerald has.
Dude, look at the wagon. I cut it out of the bloody wall.
You see him raise up. You see him little bird has told me that you did indeed cut that out of the wall. You think that I am such a fool to believe that Gerald exists?
Yeah, dude, it's because I'm Gerald, just because I changed my name. How many names do you have?
You have one last chance. Give me all that you have valuable to pass.
Motherfucker, you already got it.
Otherwise,
It's in the goddamn wagon.
you will all be my midnight snack.
Alright, well, that's real inspiration.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is bullet time right now.
I start planting a bean.
Which the DM rules of it.
Takes 1 minute.
Takes 1 minute. Start planting a bean. What is everybody else doing?
Start planting a bean.
I have gold in my wagon.
Okay.
That's it.
Noted.
We really don't have much.
Noted.
We've offered you all that we have.
I could make a glorious sculpture in your likeness out of metal.
Noted.
If this turns into a combat situation, I just want to have a bonus action prepared before, if initiative were to be rolled.
I'll allow it, and that'll be your circumstance in this moment. What is that bonus action?
I'd like to keep that secret, if that's okay. I can leave it.
Text me.
Yeah.
Well, just say it for the cameras. Like, doesn't have to be hidden. What's the bonus?
Class-based.
Okay.
Or subclass based.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. We'll move forward. I would like everybody to give me a flat charisma roll. This is going to be against Ixgar's charisma.
Nat 20.
Okay.
That's a good start. Good start.
Charisma. That was weird.
That was pretty sweet.
It's fair game.
What's your additive, Hammer Fist?
-2.
Keep it going.
That's not fair on D20s.
Keep it going.
18. Huh?
7.
Oh no. Really?
All right, I've got 2. I need 4 more.
Yeah. 11.
Oh no!
Hey, higher than you.
Thankfully, I got a 9.
All right, Leon actually rolled a 16, so let me see what his
Two uncharismatic people carrying the weight.
his charisma is a -1, so it's a 15.
Wait.
Charisma.
I have draconic presence. If I fail a charisma check, I can use my reaction to re-roll the check.
And what did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Re-roll it.
Charisma check. You could have done that earlier when you were deception.
Shut up. That's now a 10.
So I'll add 1 more to the total.
Boom.
I will divide this by...
Remember that feature.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that you guys don't want stack to roll.
Deception.
No.
Nope.
I was deception.
Okay.
before.
Yeah, that's a charisma based.
Okay. Your collective charisma roll.
It's only intimidation and persuasion. Does that count?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Your collective charisma roll with the benefit is 11.3.
It's above average.
God, tell that to the dragon.
And Ixgar wells up in his chest. You have attempted to deceive me for the last time. I smell who you are. I can tell that you have been lying to me from the start. Everybody roll initiative.
Did Leon have inspiration?
I don't know, but he rolled a 16, so it's doubtful that he could really do much better.
It's marked on your sheet.
Hey, okay, that's a respectable initiative.
Okay.
Do I tell him the trigger now?
Alright.
That's the trigger.
I think at this rate, Leon would have summoned his weapon. When seeing the swelling in the chest of the creature and not seeing the trigger, it's less about waiting for his allies and more about waiting for hostility between him and a dragon.
Sure would be nice if we had Dragocite.
Oh, you
I just
know,
want to point out that
you know.
the Gerald thing is still happening. I know this one.
Okay, so let me roll initiative for. I've got 3 people to roll for. Let's do Iskar first. Okay.
Yeah, right, okay.
Okay. Leon next. Oh, wow, nice. Very good.
He was ready for the trigger.
Yeah, no, yeah. Leon got a 21. Stack. Wow, Leon and Stack rolled the same thing, but Stack's actually going to have less.
Stack goes, I smash.
Yeah. Okay, so 20 to 25.
24.
Woo!
22.
Dirty 20.
Wow,
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
that's half of us.
I guess we're
Compiling real quick. Thalner got a 22. And who got the 20?
Salvo.
Salvo got the 20.
That's the second best initiative she can roll.
Yeah, you don't know. Okay, 15 to 20.
17.
Roscoe got a 17.
Oh no.
That's great.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
10 to 15.
13.
Okay.
Hammer Fist got a 13. 5 to 10.
You're our closer. I think everyone's
That's
closer.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, Thalner got a 22. Okay. Let me do a collective roll for Ikskar's minions.
Oh, I thought they were scared of all this combat. They don't want to get caught in this
the
poison.
6 squirrels that are watching us, or
The kobold and the other was
And the breakhounds, and that were devouring sausages that you smell like.
I have more sausages though.
Okay, so as initiative stands
not
right
the owlbear
now,
though.
it's going to be JJ, Thalner, Leon,
We're gonna kill the weird folks god.
Ikskar,
Neat.
Also,
Salvo, Roscoe. Your dex is way higher than Stack, so Stack will go after you. Minions, and then Hammer Fist.
I would also like to argue my bean in there.
Roll initiative for Bean.
It only took a minute for it to sprout, and I planted it a while ago.
Highs, lows, or middles, my friend?
Highs.
Like the Bean Bros.
You essentially planted it at the beginning of initiative. So the
10 rounds.
minute will take 10 rounds.
But I did it before he was talking.
Unplant it quick.
Survive 10 rounds.
To be fair,
Yeah.
All right. No,
I will allow inspiration to affect these percentile dice.
Don't have it.
Only person that has it is Leon.
I'll let you guys make that decision. Leon has it, and Hammer Fist has it.
I don't got none.
I will allow Leon to use his inspiration. I think Leon would.
Vote for the table. Does Leon use his inspiration?
For a bean? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yay?
He'd be
In honor of Pinto.
The
Pinto.
You know what? That's actually the argument there. Okay, so from here, the ruling still stands. Roscoe has said highs.
Beans have great power.
Passes. Roscoe, roll me a percentile dice.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Leon no longer has inspiration.
That's 2 pointy boys.
You get 2 pointy boys.
That's Leon's health.
It was
My
gonna
boy.
be so
Leon's health is
don't even know
ridiculous,
what
y'all.
Man. That's our man's.
It's a 22, which is good.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Can I read it out loud?
Yeah.
An animate, immobile stone statue in your likeness arises. It makes verbal threats against you. If you leave it or others come near, it describes you as the most heinous of villains and directs the newcomers to find and attack you. If you're on the same plane of existence as the statue, it knows where you are. The statue becomes inanimate after 24 hours.
As this statue sprouts up from the ground. He's been lying to you. He's a dirty rascal. He's been lying to you this whole time. He lied about the painting. He lied about the breakfast. He lied about everything else. You should murder him.
Away from it.
And he's ugly. And he's also ugly. It's animate but immobile.
Or others come near.
I will now roll initiative for the statue.
Damn.
Yes.
Well, no. The statue doesn't say it attacks.
Nope.
Doesn't need to attack.
Doesn't need to attack. Still need to be in initiative.
While he's saying that, I, flipped the double bird at all of the oncomers.
The
That's
statue.
funny because it's in the same.
The statue got a modified 2.
It's like, oh, I can do that too.
Okay.
It is immobile.
Initiative 20 is on Salvo. So, JJ, you were first up in initiative. We'll do this theater of the mind. Actually, what time is it?
10:07.
10:07. I'll leave a vote to the table. This is especially since we have a player missing, this is a good time to end session. The combat could take a while.
If we end session now, can we make a map for next week?
For 2 weeks from now,
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. We would have all the time in the world.
she says.
Yeah.
I second.
Gerald will paint it.
That means you and I actually need to meet up to do this.
Next Monday.
Okay.
He's like,
Well,
Okay.
maybe I'm Roscoe.
maybe, I don't know about Monday, but at some point on the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks, I'm sure we can find time to like.
2
do some
votes
art
here,
maps. And then
I'm fine with that.
3 votes.
Leon.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we fight a dragon without him,
I know.
Yeah, that's a very fair
we won't
point.
finish the combat today. Like, we're definitely.
True.
Yeah.
Like, Taylor's gonna come back and be like, "You spent my inspiration, and then you fought a dragon without me."
Okay. And also, JJ does not have his guns right now, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
You didn't sneak.
this is the last act of benevolence that I will grant the table. We are going to postpone this combat until the next session.
cliffhanger.
There will be no strategizing happening in Tip the Scales.
Do what you want. That's
lie to them,
fine.
man.
All of the strategizing will happen.
I can't wink, so.
Can you not?
For those of you watching Scales of Fate, I am making the decision upon vote of the table, especially in lieu of the fact that we have a player that's not here, to continue this fight upon the next episode.
Upon the next episode.
Upon the next episode. Is there anything that you guys would like to say to our viewers and listeners before we see them on November 7th?
Happy Halloween!
Happy
Submit
Halloween,
your own
guys.
versions of Gerald's masterpieces.
Oh yes.
Yes.
We want to see him.
Oh man, we need to have like a whole sub chat on the Discord of like Gerald's paintings.
Yes, the first and second start of the day. I hope you don't mind that I named your first masterpiece.
No, it's great.
Yeah, I definitely wrote it down. That's great.
Okay, guys. Well,
Don't forget to click the link in the description to sign up for that giveaway. We all already have, yes. During break, like I saw a bunch of us were like,
Oh yeah, I was all over it.
We need your
deception.
help to stop everyone at this table winning instead of you guys. Yeah.
Don't let us win. That'll be such shit.
that would be so awkward. Like,
We're here to
hey,
announce the
remember?
winners.
There is
It's us.
the art showcases on Discord. Post your Gerald stuff there.
Yeah.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And actually, considering Gerald is extremely fictitious, anyone could be Gerald.
I literally
Anyone.
painted it.
We are
Anyone can be Gerald.
We are all Gerald.
Everyone is Gerald.
You can make some fan art and too become Gerald.
You can't prove that.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Scales of Fate, and we will see you November 7th for this epic combat with Ixcar, the protector of the No. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.